2. Let me see. Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Make sure y'all can hear me. Hey man, I'm jumping on here real quick. Feel good to be back, man. I'm back in the basement. Back doing some work down here. I wanted to jump on live, man. It was as y'all know, it's a lot been going on. The NFL draft has happened. It has started. I'll say that it has started. I wanted to come on and just talk to some of the guys. So if y'all can tag, like, anybody y'all know in South Jersey area that is involved with high school sports. Let me adjust this real quick. I just want to make sure we good. Is involved with, like, high school youth sports or whatever. It's been a long time for me coming on, making sure there's no feedback or anything like that. But I wanted to come on. Last night was a really good night, right? I just want to talk about that. We're going to get to what happened last night and how all of South Jersey is really happy. But last night was a good night. It was a good day yesterday. We were waiting for the draft. And I got to be honest, I've been working so much, like focusing on something else, I forgot the draft was coming up. So I was inboxing people because I was, trying to set something up, get back to doing the podcast. As y'all know, I do the podcast, or I used to do the podcast, but we're getting ready to get back into doing the podcast. That is From the Stands. We're going to bring that back. I was trying to set up like some interviews with different people, to get back in the flow of things, and had some good interviews lined up, but I forgot that it was the NFL draft, right? So just quick little story. I had hit, I'll get to that story a little bit later, but we going to get into that, right? So I just wanted to talk about this before we, I'm trying to see how I want to set this up. I might just go right into it, right? Let's just talk about it. Last night, y'all know, was the NFL draft, right? And let me see, right here. And my guy, y'all know, Jihaad Campbell, played at Timber Creek High School. But even before that, youth days, we watched him playing for, West Deptford, Winslow Eagles, Winslow Maulers, and then going on to play at Timber Creek. Just me personally, knowing Jihaad for a very, very, very long time. Just seeing his growth, right? I want to get into that part of it because I think a lot of people assume that this stuff happens overnight, right? Jihaad Campbell gets drafted last night by the Philadelphia Eagles. My Philadelphia Eagles, baby, Eagles. You know what I'm saying? So I'm really excited about that. And that's really, really cool, especially, knowing Jihaad and knowing that he, just knowing him, you know what I'm saying? As a person, not as a player, but as a person, and knowing his family and knowing where he comes from. Like this was like a huge pick for our area. And it may open a lot of kids' eyes, but what can't get lost in that is the work ethic. What can't get lost in that is the parents' support. What can't get lost in that is the community support. And I just want to give a huge shout out to his mom, Stephanie, and his dad, Mark. Like those my guys. We had a time up at Timber Creek, and even before that, just knowing each other. But congratulations to you guys and your whole family, and Jihaad and his whole family. It takes a village, right? I remember days of Jihaad working out with Joe, up at Timber Creek after it snowed, and he's running, 200s. He's running 400s. He's running while a lot of other kids were at home playing video games, different things like that. This kid has been working. So to see that growth, see that process of where he is, to be drafted, not only by the Philadelphia Eagles, but to be drafted in the first round of the NFL draft is a huge accomplishment. That's something that, a lot of people only dream of, right? So I wanted to say, start by saying that it's an impromptu. So I got a comment coming in. If y'all want to put your comments on, put your comments in there. We'll talk. We'll get to it. That pick was fire. I pray my kids name get called by the Philadelphia Eagles one day. Hey, James, bro, like this comment is something that a lot of people dream of, right? And it's something that, we all dream of. And it's just something that everybody got to work towards and, make sacrifices and things like that. Like, there's a lot of sacrifice. There's a lot of hard work that has to go in, not only by the player, but his family and his support staff and his community to support him, bro. Like you couldn't have script last night any better, right? And you know what's crazy? Like my oldest son Mike, he hit me up. He had made a post about I'll say almost a month ago, saying about talking about Jihaad, hoping we get Jihaad, and I'm like, yo, that's damn near family, bro. Like the way that we think about certain people and the way that we know people and we know their family, we know their growth and all of that stuff, like that would be a dream, right? So he posted that on Twitter and I commented like it possibly could happen, but I thought Jihaad was at least a top 15 pick in my personal opinion. So I didn't think the Eagles was going to be able to get him, but seeing the way that the draft was setting up, right? And just all of this week, just the little bit that I was hearing about the draft, and then day before yesterday when I realized, oh snap, the draft is coming up. I start looking at little stuff and hearing that he's coming off of a surgery, he's this, he's that, blah, 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 all that stuff. And I'm like, yo, he might drop. But I didn't think he would drop to the Philadelphia Eagles. I got to be honest. I didn't think that. I did not think it was a possibility that he may drop to the Philadelphia Eagles, but he did. The way that it happened, it was absolutely like crazy the way that it was set up in the draft. It's like it's like this, man. I just look at I got a couple other comments coming in. Yeah, I mean that was a good draft pick as well. I'm always with the, what I mean? I'm always with the Buckeye, you know what I mean? It was crazy. Like, I'll say this, right? Like, I think sometimes NFL teams, like, they really, really, really outthink themselves, right? They think, they, they just think too much into it. Like, it's ball, it's football. And I was looking at the draft like last night, and I'm like, some of these guys are reaches. Like, this is how I feel about the NFL draft, and especially certain positions, right? There are diehard college football fans, people who watch college football all day, every day, who are into it, right? So they may know the little names, or that I'm sorry for saying little, but they may know the names that people may not know, right? Example, it's Quinyon Mitchell. Like, he made a name for himself in the Senior Bowl, and he rose up and was drafted by the Eagles, right? That's by doing homework and all of that stuff. But I think a lot of these people, they try to outthink themselves. They try to be the smartest guy in the room. And for me, I'm like, yo, I'm taking the best available player. Like, that is the way that I would draft, unless it was a situation where I already had my secondary and it was a corner on the board or something like that. But for the most part, you take the best available player. And me seeing some of these guys last night that was drafted, and I watched college football, and I'm like, who? It was a bunch of those guys. Like, who? You know what I'm saying? Like, you looking at the draft and you like, who? You know what I'm saying? You keep asking, like, who is this guy? You know what I'm saying? Like, I just think when you're watching the draft, and when I'm watching the draft, it's like, Brody, like, who are they? Who are these dudes? You know what I'm saying? And there's no disrespect to anybody, but I just think when you get a bunch of that, I think it's a bunch of people just reaching, trying to be the smartest guy in the room instead of just taking the best football player that's on the board. Like, that's one of my pet peeves about college. You know what I'm saying? Like, when it comes to recruiting and when it comes to, you know what I'm saying, all of that stuff, I think a lot of colleges outdo themselves by trying to pick a guy that fits, you know, a certain mold. Like, yeah, me and my brother had a conversation this morning. Like, you want the biggest dudes in the room, you want the fastest guys, you want all of that stuff. But at the end of the day, bro, you gotta get some guys that can play and that know how to play. And I just think a lot of times people overlook certain things. They get mesmerized by how the measurables, how big. Look at this guy is tall and long, but he's a stiff. He's a bum. You know what I'm saying? Like when you go back and watch certain film, I hate to call kids bums, but y'all get what I'm saying. Like it don't be as like cut and dry when they'll take a guy who has all the measurables in the world, over a kid that is producing. When he's on the field, he may not look like he's really all that good and all that big and long and lengthy, but he knows how to play. Like you got to get football players at the end of the day, and that's what I think. A lot of people, they just be overlooking it. What's going on, family? What's going on? So, yeah, man, I just wanted to jump on, talk to y'all about that. But the other part of, about this is just like when you look at when I'm looking at South Jersey in a whole, when I'm looking at players, um, and when I'm looking at the NFL draft this year, there are close to 15 players from like the South Jersey area that have the potential of being drafted this year. And I just look at like where we were a couple years ago, as parents and as, some of my friends and just the conversations that we were having, like I think we underestimated how good these kids were and how good these kids are. You get what I'm saying? Like, we were looking at a bunch of teams. I'll just take the team that my son played for. Growing up, he played up at Timber Creek, right? When you look at Timber Creek High School and the time that he was there, I think he entered high school maybe in 17, right? Something like that. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Yeah, 17. So when you look from 17 into the time he left, right? The guys that he's played with, there are three guys that was on his team that are in the NFL. You got, Devin Leary plays for the Baltimore Ravens. You got guys like Tarheeb Still that plays for the San Diego Chargers, or not San Diego, they call it Los Angeles Chargers. I got to get that out of my head. Los Angeles Chargers. And then now you have Jihaad Campbell who will be playing with the Philadelphia Eagles. Like, it's not many high schools that you can go to, or it's not many people that you can talk to and ask them, like, how many guys did you play with that are in the NFL or made the NFL? Like, that's a serious, legitimate question. Like, just think about it. Like, how many people that played in the NFL, or how many people that went to your high school and made it to the NFL? Like, again, me and my brother had this conversation this morning, and he was like, bro, like, do you realize like how many people, that have made it to the NFL? And I'm like, he starts naming off some of the guys that, I knew. It may be a little bit different for me, and some of the other guys who are in the football community. We know a lot of guys that make it to the NFL, right? We know a lot, not a lot of guys, but we know guys that make it to the NFL. And it's just like he was telling me, or he was saying to me, like, some people don't even know one person that made it to the NFL, let alone, you know what I'm saying? All of these kids that have that opportunity, like, you know, um, it's crazy, when to think about it. It is absolutely crazy to think about how many kids this year have the opportunity of making the NFL draft, and how many, kids we know that made the NFL draft. When y'all think about that, just think about how many kids have that opportunity. How many people can say that they played on a team with 3 NFL players? Or 1 NFL. You know what I'm saying? Like, normally, you hear the old glory day conversations. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about it. We all had them conversations, or hear people saying, oh, I know such and such who made it to the NFL. Like, it might be one person, but to be on a team where there are 3 guys that made it to the NFL that you played on is like Like when you really break it down and you start thinking like, damn, how good were the kids that made it and how good were the kids who didn't get that opportunity to make it? You get what I'm saying? So, just going back thinking about that, I think about some of the conversations that we used to have. I'm gonna see if I'm gonna see I'm gonna show y'all something. I don't know who was in this who all was a part of this, but I'm gonna put this up on the screen too. I don't know. I'm gonna send this to myself. I'm talking to y'all while I'm thinking. I should have, kind of prepped, but this is impromptu, right? I just jumped up here and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna talk. I'm gonna, get up and we're gonna have this conversation. But let's talk about this, man. Let's talk about it. I'm gonna pull this down and then I'm gonna bring something else in, right? Now I'm going to have to adjust this. Let me see. Is that my program feed? I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying to do this at the same time. But you know what? We just going to put it up here. Let's see. Let's see. All right. Let's talk about it. Right? When we talk about, knowing, watching this, the experience, like y'all don't know, that's my son in the middle. That was his freshman year at Timber Creek. To the left of him is his cousin. And to the right of him is Jihaad Campbell, right? So that's how like long we've known Jihaad. It goes back even farther when he was a baby, you know what I'm saying? Like it goes back. But to just think like at this point in time, this kid wasn't even in high school. You know what I'm saying? It's some other stuff like when we think about the community of sports, right? Of the people that we are around and the people that we have the opportunity to to be blessed with, to know, and all of that stuff. Let me read this comment real quick. I hope y'all see this, right? It says, why you ain't got the Camden Hurricane jersey up there? You know what, Lewis? That is a good question. Why I don't have one of the jerseys now that I'm looking at my wall. But I don't know if you could see, right? One of those pictures over there is the Camden Hurricane picture. And I got a second one. Hold on, let me see. Let me see if I can find it. Give me a second. Is it over here? Did it fall? Where did that other picture go? Thought I had another picture. Hold on. Nope. Oh well, I can't find it. I can't find it. I'm sorry. I thought I had another one. Um Yeah, I got another hurricane picture. I'm putting more on display over here, and then even if y'all see this open space back there, I'm going to put something back there because I want to make sure that a lot of the things get recognized and a lot of the people get recognized that I've had the opportunity to come across, whether it be coaching or whatever. But big Rob, what up? I know. Listen, Rob, what's good, baby? We talk about the community. Rob is a part of that community of people who, was support system. Like this goes back, bro. Like I'm trying to find this video, right? And I don't know who all is in this video or picture, but it's just like when you start thinking about all of the people that we, come across and all of the things that we have done, and all of the guys that, bro, it's crazy, bro. Like how many people that really have the opportunity to go to the league. Like these kids have sacrificed and these parents have sacrificed a whole lot, bro. Like, I almost and I ain't even gonna lie to y'all, I almost shedded a tear last night. Like I almost dropped a tear, bro. Like if you know the story, if you know the backstory, the history, the injuries, the ups, the downs, you know what I'm saying? Like it's a lot that goes, into this thing, um, this football stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like we on the road with each other, grinding day in, day out, trying to hope that one of our kids gets that opportunity to go to college or, gets that opportunity. I'm trying to find this video because I want to make sure y'all understand where my mind is when I'm thinking about this. You know what I'm saying? And go ahead, feel free to comment, man. I'm gonna talk. I'm looking for something, but um, it should be coming up. Yeah, it should be coming up. When you think about, yeah, it should be coming up. Our history of the support system. Hey, I'm trying to find it, Khalid. I'm trying to find it. All right, here we go. I think we getting there. And this is I'm getting ready to send something to my I don't know if y'all can hear it, but it just hit. And then I'm gonna find something else. I'm gonna find another trying to find all these videos, man. Trying to find this stuff. Because I want to make sure I post this. You know what I'm saying? Everybody get an opportunity to see. All right, there we go. Let's go to the other one. Here go the other one. All right, it's incoming, y'all. I apologize. But listen, man, I just want y'all to understand where this is coming from. This come from a place of joy. Let me read this comment. Hopefully I can read. I'm trying to squint this on the screen. It's so dope because it's like Jihaad and his family is like the community family. They are embedded into the area from football, community service, super ultimate people. Hey, Khalid, that's what I was speaking to, bro. That's exactly what I was speaking to. And while we at it, Khalid, I mean, I just want to talk about people don't understand these moments and what these moments mean, right? And what they mean to us. I don't think I got this other one. Did I get it? Oh man, I don't think I got it. Hold on 1 second, y'all. I got something it's pretty dope. I don't know. Is this it? Hold on. I'm gonna look at it real quick. All right, yeah, here go one. Let me bring this one in. 1 second. I don't know if y'all can hear this. But y'all see this? This is a video that I had with some of the guys from, Timber Creek. We just, on the road, traveling, 7-on-7 events, all of that stuff. Just having a good time, right? That's what it's all about. Seeing these kids grow, seeing them become men, being a part of the journey, even if it's for a little bit, right? Even as I got some. West Coast love, West Coast. Let me mute it. I'm gonna mute it. All right, I muted it. Matter of fact, let me see if I could bring it in right here. Hey, it's just having fun, man. I'm on here. This is an impromptu, so y'all gotta bear with me. I'm trying to do stuff on the fly. You get what I'm saying? I'm gonna do the full. Every time that because it's not allowing me to bring it in the way that I want to bring it in. But that's how we'll do it. I'm not going to play the audio. But if y'all could see this, man, that's my guy, Khalid. We in there, West Coast, thugging it. You know what I mean? Elbows high, tucked in, having fun with these kids on the road, man. So that goes to what I'm saying. I really think that time period from 2017 into 2022, those kids, bro, were so good in football, bro. I think we underestimated how good they were. It's just not about the guys who are going into the NFL right now. It's about in totality, bro. These kids were really, really good, bro. Really good. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna pop this up on the screen. Congrats to Jihaad, well deserved. South Jersey in good place when it comes to football. A lot of NFL prospects, and then I wanted to speak to this, and that's what I was just saying. I know it's the draft and all of that, but it's just like, yo, those like a lot of those kids were good kids, bro. Like some of them are going to get the opportunity to play on Sundays, which is super super great. But I'm just thinking about a lot of the guys and some of the guys. Like it's a lot of guys playing college ball. It's a lot of guys who are having an opportunity to move on to be coaches after playing. Like it's just the whole totality of that group of kids. And I know it happens a lot, but you know what I'm saying? It's just, it's just what we talking about. Laughing out loud, wanted Jihad in DC. Now I got to see him twice. Hey, Marcus, man, he in the best place, baby. He in the best place. We all know, you know what I'm saying? Going to Philly. And I hope and pray y'all don't. Man, don't overdo it with High. You know what I'm saying? Let him enjoy being here. Don't be hitting him up for all the tickets and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. We gotta keep it, we gotta protect him. Let him get his earnings. Hey, the brother of first round pick, baby. Listen, let's talk about lottery ticket, bro. Like, that's a whole nother part of it. But congratulations to him for sure. I'm just reading some of this coming up. Keep posting. Good morning. Hopefully, we get to hear Elijah Cinco Clark and Fidel Diggs call this weekend. I'm gonna say this: like, we want to hear Cinco. We want to hear LeQuint. We want to hear. I'm gonna say it. A lot of people, man. You know what I'm saying? We want to hear Kyle McCord. We want to hear Miles Frazier. We want to hear the Shills, Fidel. Man, there's a lot of people, Brody. Like, there's a lot of people that we need to hear. Like, we want to hear their names called. I'm gonna see if I think I got a little list. We want to hear Tyreen Powell. We want to hear Donovan Ezaraku. We want to hear Jada Byers. You get what I'm saying? Isaiah Rakes. We want to hear all of them guys, bro. Like, we want to hear all of them guys. We want to hear Bayshaw Tootin. It's the list is crazy of the guys who had the opportunities, you know, to have their names called. You know what I'm saying? Um, it's just so many, man. Um, it's just crazy what he say. He said, "I need some South Jersey boys out here with the Commanders." You might get one today. Like seriously, all seriously, like they need a guy like Donovan Ezaraku, And I was talking to my brother again this morning. We was talking about Fidel, and it's like, bro, Fidel is like he's similar, very very similar to Jihaad. He didn't play as much as linebacker as Jihaad did, but he's a guy I could see being that hybrid type dude, bro. Like Fidel is one of them, bro. Like Fidel is one of them. If he, gets in the right system, he could play defensive end, he could play linebacker, he could play inside, he could play outside, like he could rush the passer, he could move down, play a little bit of inside D tackle like they like to do with some of the guys in the NFL right now. Like, bro, it's a lot of guys that I can see being drafted and being utilized, bro. Bro, we used to be arguing about like I was driving to get my coffee this morning thinking about it. Like, bro, we really used to be arguing about, you know, I don't know if it was arguing. Like a lot of times it would be like a good debate about like who the best players was and what teams was best and all. Man, listen, when you think about it in a couple years later, like we was just, it was fun times, but it was like, come on, bro. Like, does it really matter? Like seeing these kids right now, like, but just think about that. I want y'all to ask yourselves and throughout the day, if y'all see people like really like ask them how many people they know that was drafted. We are blessed and to have the opportunities to have assisted in any part of these players' lives, whether it be, you know, giving them a ride to practice, picking them up, you know, dropping them off, whether it's being able to sit down and talk to them about their, outlook on what they want to do when they go to college. Like, I remember conversations with Jihad, bro. I remember conversations with, Fidel and even with last year, like Tarheeb. Like, I remember conversations that me, Khalid, and some of the other guys from the Creek used to have. Like, bro, man, he going to the league, Jihad going to the league. Like, those were conversations that we would have. Like, out of all these kids, they going to the league. Like, we would actively talk about that, bro. Actively talk about that. What do you say? Debo as well. Oh yeah. Debo played at Penns Grove, played for South Carolina. Like, it's a lot of kids, bro. A lot of kids when you sit back and think about, these guys that are. Man, this might be the most ever, and maybe COVID assisted to that, to have all these guys being able to come out within this, short time period. But I don't know another time that there's been this much, hype around the draft for South Jersey, or this many guys that have the opportunity to go into the draft. Like, bro, we might see a run. We might really see a run of guys getting drafted, bro. Like, it's crazy, bro. Like, I'm trying to hold my, bro. This is crazy. Do y'all even understand? I hope I'm not the only one tripping out right now. But like, just thinking about 7-on-7, bro. Just thinking about, high school. Just thinking about this, bro. Like, this is wild, bro. This is really, 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 really wild, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's, when you think about it, you think about, being in the stands, you know, you think about another thing I'm thinking about is like the development of a player, right? And things that we think about often, but you know, um, I just got a text from one of my family, but they happy too, they excited too. But when you think about the growth and development of a player, right? I'm watching the draft last night. I'm looking at things, and then I'm thinking about, like, when I'm hearing this, I'm thinking about all this stuff. And I often would tell parents, and I continue to tell parents, like, I'm gonna really get into this, like, with some of the players that are about to be drafted. But like, with youth football, and one of the reasons why I even stopped going around, it was just so, it started to get so toxic. It's one of the reasons why I really don't coach anymore. You know what I'm saying? And I started coaching, you know, um, youth football back in 2000. Once I, came back home from college, I started coaching. So, that was during a time when there wasn't a lot of interference from parents. There wasn't a lot of, my son should be here, or my son should be there, or why my son ain't doing this, why my son can't run the ball. Like, I just feel like that whole, like, all of that right now is just toxic right now, right? But when you think about where kids started off, like, I remember Jihaad playing running back. I remember Jihaad, at once he came, I remember him as being skinny. Like, he's a grown man right now, right? So, like, at that time period, if his parents were like so overbearing, would he be able to develop into the player that he is now? And one of the reasons why he got drafted, listening to Howie and them last night, is how versatile he is. So I remember Jihaad playing running back. At Timber Creek, Jihaad played wide receiver. At Timber Creek, he played defensive end. You get what I'm saying? Like, he goes to college, he goes to, IMG, plays, stand-up end, outside. You know what I'm saying? Then he goes to Bama, plays outside edge rusher. You know what I'm saying? Then he gets moved to inside backer. Like, when you think about the growth and development over time, that's what you ultimately want. Like, And I just feel like parents and stuff just interfere with a lot of that. Like, think about this. It's a kid in the draft right now, played at LSU, Miles Frazier. Coach Miles in youth football. Miles Frazier was my middle linebacker. Miles Frazier developed, he went from middle linebacker, then we moved him to tight end. Then we moved him, like, we played him as a defensive end, right? And then, he had some issues with his knees. I'm just being honest. I remember people, like, once he was starting, I think he had it's a disorder called, like, Ausenschläger or Auslaiger or something like that, where you start growing so fast that your knees swell and all of that stuff. Like, I remember Miles in 7-on-7 with NLG not being able to move the way that he used to because his knees were swelling and he had this disorder, like, and people calling him ass. Like, I remember this. Like, and I used to tell people, like, yo, why would you say he ass? Like, bro, you know what I'm saying? He's going through something. He going to be all right. He going to kick back. And this kid has an opportunity to be drafted as an offensive lineman, a versatile offensive lineman. Why do they like Miles? They like him because he could do multiple things. He could play inside. He can play outside. He moves well. Like, it's the growth and development of the player. It wasn't like he had to play one thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then looking at, guys like Cinco in the draft right now. He played receiver. Like, it's he developed into a safety. Like, it's just the growth and development. I think sometimes parents need to move out of the way. Like, just allow these guys the opportunity to play, bro. Like, I'm going, like, my son, like, I saw, like, my son played youth ball. Let me see if is this picture around. I don't know if I got this picture. Thought I had a picture around. Yeah, the picture, it's one in the picture right there. That's him playing defensive end, bro. He played defensive end, he played linebacker, he played running back, he played wide receiver. You know what I'm saying? He then, as he started getting older, about like 5th, 6th grade, with some of the issues that he was having, like, I had to move him off of the line. Like, yo, he can't play defensive end no more, bro. He's not growing fast enough. He's going through, his own medical issues and all of that stuff. Like, so he had to learn how to play safety. Moved him from defensive end to safety. Started playing safety. We knew he wasn't scared to tackle, just wasn't big enough. Like, you think about the growth and development of these guys. You know what I'm saying? I look at even like it's just a lot of guys, like, Deuce Chestnut. I remember Deuce Chestnut was one of the best running backs in our area. Like, we used to argue about how good Deuce Chestnut was as a running back. Then he used to play linebacker. He used to play off the edge as well. Then he transitioned, was playing corner and safety. Like, you gotta let the kids develop, bro. Like, I don't think these parents really understand what's going on. They just see the money at the end of the road and try to force that right away when the kid is in the 6th grade. Like, bro, let him develop. Like, let him develop. You know what I'm saying? Let these kids develop. But, I just wanted to come on and just talk about that, man. I hope y'all enjoying the conversation. Chime in if you want to, share it out. But I just, like, I love all of this stuff, bro, that's going on. I'm reading some of the comments that's coming in. Super dope. The marketing from D2 over the years covered all these guys. Salute to you. Listen, I like a Q, man. Like, I'm gonna be all the way honest. I hope you still on. You know what I'm saying? I know people be popping in and out as they go to work, but Q, I'm gonna just say this, bro. Like, my son said this to me about, like, probably like 2 months ago, and it's just been in my head ever since. He said, Dad, I don't even know if you understand what was going on during the time period that you were doing, started the whole D2. Everything from, and I know he really, like, understood it as being a young kid. Like, it was hard on him because people looked at it as, oh, his dad do D2. He got to be he got to be so much better than everybody else just because his dad be talking about the games and this and that. Like at that time, those kids they didn't understand, but my son was telling me I didn't understand what was going on and the pressures that was on him because I was doing D2, right? And then when you get into it and you look at a lot of stuff that we were doing or trying to do and the backlash that we were getting back then from, starting all-star teams to starting traveling teams to having combines to just all American games, all of this stuff. Like we were doing that stuff so long ago, even flag football. You know what I'm saying? We was getting killed for doing flag. Why y'all playing flag? Why y'all doing flag? Oh, y'all soft, the kids, this and that. Oh, why y'all doing 7-on-7? Why would he be, you know what I'm saying? Like all of that stuff that was going on back then and just the ignorance of people that they couldn't look forward to see what was next to come for these kids, right? Now, if you're not playing 7-on-7, if you're not traveling football and you're not doing all this stuff, it ain't nothing. Like we were getting killed for doing this stuff back then. But now it's the norm. It's what everybody is doing. It's you know what I'm saying? It's looked at as, the thing to do. Y'all not going to Ohio? Oh, y'all not playing hey, we got a D1 team that's traveling. We going to Texas. Like we're going to Florida or this and that. But when we were putting those building blocks in order, like people was looking at us like we was crazy. I remember, I was about to say spaces like I'm on Twitter, but I remember times that people were like killing us. Like, oh, y'all think y'all kids are good because y'all going to Boston to play? Why would y'all do that? Why would y'all play 7-on-7 or flag in Boston? Like, bro, it was crazy how much people were, on us and killing us. Like me, Johnny, all of them. Like, it wasn't the norm. You know what I'm saying? And then later on, once our kids, and even this part, once our kids got to the point where it's like, man, 7th grade, I'm like, yo, Johnny, I don't want to coach my son no more, bro. I think it's time like that these boys start hearing other voices. They start hearing, learning how to be taught by other people. I like coaching my son all the way up to 7th, 8th. I didn't want to do that. Right. So it's like, yo, we need to put them on teams or take them somewhere or bring in guys within the organization that we were at, which it was EJV at the time as Eastern Junior Vikings. Like, yo, it needs to be coaches in place that can teach these kids. But that's why the whole, my son is going to GT, you know what I mean, to be taught by guys that I trusted. It was guys there like Lamar and, Tom at the time. I trusted Tom. And then Dorian was there, somebody who played at Timber Creek, who, had success at Monmouth and all of that stuff. So I wanted to put him in an environment or around people where it was A, he was going to get challenged, and B, it was going to be super competitive for him to even touch the field. So when we did that, they trying to create a super team. Oh, they bringing in this guy. You know what I'm saying? They all called each other to get on the team. Now it's the norm. Now it's the norm to go play for a coach who's going to help you grow and develop, bro. Like, I know I'm going on a little bit of a rant and a tangent, but it's like this is the stuff that was going on, during the time of us trying to build and bring things to South Jersey and help guys get, seen, the clout, the marketing, the promotion of kids, the whole thing right now that we doing with D2 Sports Network. Like, and I'm not going to hold you. At times, bro, I be feeling like shutting it all down, going to get a regular job. Like, I don't mean I don't mean like a regular job. I'm like a job where I don't have to hear none of that backlash. Like it was so many times I was like, man, I think I'm done with this. I'm about to just go get it. You know what I'm saying? Go get a gig, get another gig, work 2 jobs, come home, wake up, go do it again because, people will make things that you try to do to help the community a bad thing. You know what I'm saying? Like they'll try to put so much pressure on you to get you out of the way because they're just jealous of it. You know what I'm saying? And I've grown to understand that, and work to not allow that to, get in the way of what I'm doing, or what this whole process is. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, so that comment, this comment right here, bro, is like, that helps, you know what I'm saying, with the cause and what we're doing. We ain't making super duper crazy money, bro. Like, we gotta beg people, we gotta pray that we can get payments on time to pay for XYZ. We gotta pray that we gonna get a check. You know what I'm saying? Like, half the time people be stiffing us. Like, I ain't going, it's a lot that goes into all of this, bro. Like, yeah, I ain't gonna get into it. I don't like throwing people under the bus. My wife always says, she's the one who's telling me, yeah, maybe you need to start throwing them under the bus. You too nice. You too nice to be, you know what I'm saying? But I don't be wanting to, man, listen, hey, man, if they need it like that, they can have it. Looking at some of the comments coming in, facts, Vinny is now a DB. Look at that. Her son her son was an offensive lineman. Her son played defensive end. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how it is, bro. That's how it is. That GT team was loaded. That's a fact. They were loaded. Like, that's a fact. I'm like, they had good teams, man. They like, and that's what it's about sometimes. You have to, one thing, my guy, and I'm gonna give him a shout out. Shout out to Larry Rakes, bro. Like, I know Larry be saying some wild stuff sometime. You know what I'm saying? I don't support everything that he says. I got to say that. I do not support everything Larry Rick says. But one thing he did say, oh, you cool. I know you're trying to be quiet and all that. You cool. It's cool. This is an impromptu. Like, it ain't nothing. Damn, I forgot what Larry was trying, what he said. Damn, I forgot. You made me forget. I mean, you was moving. And what was I talking about? Oh man, what was my last couple of words? That's what happened when you start getting a little bit older. You know what I'm saying? You start forgetting. I forgot what he said. Oh no, this is what he said. He said, because I asked him, like, yo, bro, like, being as though you know what I'm saying, I don't know, people know the area that he lived in, but I'm like, yo, being as though you went to Woodbury, you know what I'm saying, you from the area or whatever, like, they got a good program, they got a good team. Like, why did you send him to, St. Aug, you know what I'm saying, versus letting him stay home? Like, I feel certain kids are going to be who they are. Like, they just need the guidance. And what he said to me was like, yo, bro, you got to know your kids, bro. You got to know the environment that your kids can succeed in, and the environment that your kid can grow in. Like, some environments may not be the best for your kid, depending on different factors. You know what I'm saying? It could be anything. It could be just knowing that my kid don't do well with waking up and, the independence of walking to school. Like, it could be that. It could be, hey man, at this school, man, my son is crazy into girls. Like, right now, like, that I need him to just go to a school where he ain't even got to think about girls. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, it could be anything from, oh man, it could be the coaching staff. Like, hey man, I just know, like, my son need to be talked to a certain way. He need to be coached a certain way. You know what I'm saying? So when he said that, like, it makes a lot of sense. Like, you definitely need to know your kid. You definitely need to know what environment fits your kid, and the environment that he can succeed in. Like, that's the ultimate thing. Like, it's not about nobody else. It's not about what other people want. It's not about any of that. It's about putting your kid in the best environment and doing what's right for him, man. You know what I'm saying? Let me see some of the comments coming in. Some of the comments are a little delayed, but they coming in. Deuce, Angelo, DJ, Teddy, just a few studs from the team. Listen, that team, you know, that team was loaded, bro. That like Donovan Leary. No, Devin. Yeah, Donovan. I get Donovan and Devin mixed up, bro, all the time. But yeah, Donovan was quarterback. You had Jalen Cheat went to Boston College, now at UAB. You had Winston, who's at Brown. You had who else was there? What's the defensive end name? What's the defensive end name? He played at St. Joe's and went to Keyshawn Griffin. You had Keyshawn Griffin on that team. You had Brody Colbert, went to Sacred Heart. Um, who else? Linebackers. You had Angelo was on that team. I'm trying to think who else. Luca was on that team. Oh man, it was that team was a good team, and then the team under that, like you had, that's when you had DJ and you had Anthony Reagan, who's at Howard University. You had Man, who's at Dell State. You had Shamir Boyd, who's at Townsend. You had I'm trying to think who else. I know it's some other guys from that team. Man, so many kids, bro, that go through my head. Like I just remember, I know them, but sometimes the names just be just right there. I can't get it out. But yeah, man, some of those teams were loaded, and that's what you want to do. Put your kid in an environment where he's going to be challenged to be great. So that's what that was all about. But yeah, man, I ain't gonna stay on here too long. It's a Friday afternoon. Tomorrow I got to get ready to you know what I'm saying, go up, check out my son's spring game. His final spring, well, what could be his final spring game of his college career. He'll be graduating in a couple of weeks. Um, one of the other teams, while I'm thinking about this, one of the other teams, like that Pensarkin team, bro, like, man, you had on that, Kyle McCord, Deuce Chestnut, um, who else was on that team? Xavier Coleman, LeBron, what's his name? LeBron. Uh, um, well, that's his last name. Christian LeBron. You had who else did you have? Man, it's so many guys that was on that team. I think that team had about 6 or 7 guys that went Division 1 from that PYAA team, but that's one of them things, bro. But yeah, I just wanted to jump on, man. I'm gonna leave this up for a little bit. Hope y'all jump on and enjoy the conversation. I want to have more topics. We coming back with From the Stands podcast that will be dropping pretty soon. I may do it live. I may do pre-recorded. I'm kind of leaning towards live. I like the live interaction. Plus, I'm probably going to put it out there where the fans could ask some questions. I ain't gonna tell y'all who. Well, it's crazy. One of the. This is what I was going to say. So I had hit up. I'm being transparent with y'all, but one of the first guests that was coming back from the Stands podcast was going to be Jihaad's parents. Like I had reached out, tried to get them on. I wanted to get them to jump on and just talk about his journey, like all the stuff away. You know what I'm saying? Talk about him from the stands, bro. That's what we talk about. And I hit her up and I'm like, yo, you think you can you know what I'm saying? You come through. We're gonna start the podcast. She like, oh yeah, I'm definitely, definitely with it. You know what I'm saying? Let me know when. I'm like, all right, cool. So I let her know when. And she was like, yeah, we'll be on our way to Green Bay, right? So in my head, I'm telling y'all, I've been working, I've been doing stuff, a lot of stuff in the entertainment field. So I had like, I've been doing work with like Hitman Holler, like some other, some of the other guys who are around. And it's like I've been focusing so much on that. I haven't even been paying attention to sports, bro. When she was telling me Green Bay, I'm like, oh, that's what's up. Like Jihaad might, you know what I'm saying? He got an interview with Green Bay. And then the next day I saw a post like, yo, the draft is tomorrow. I'm like, what? Like, bro, I felt so dumb at the time. Like, for me to be one of, considered a football guy, not to even know the draft was the next day, man. Listen, I'm back. All right, I'm back in the sports lane. I'm not going to let these entertainment dudes take me out anymore. You know what I'm saying? That's why y'all haven't been seeing me. They trying to convert me to an entertainment dude. Listen, that whole tell y'all this too, man. Once you start getting in the entertainment field and working with certain people and certain things, like you look at it a lot different, bro. Just being honest. You look at that whole field a lot different. You know what I'm saying? You ever heard the saying you never want to meet your idol, or you never want to meet a celebrity like that you really, really like? Like, I can understand why that's a thing, bro. Like, I'm not saying all the celebrities that I deal with are like that, but like just the whole environment around, like sometimes it's man. Sometimes it's like, bro, what am I doing? You know what I'm saying? Sometimes like that. But yeah, man, I just wanted to jump on, get back with y'all. Y'all know I'm coming back, man. I'm back in the sports lane. We're gonna have From the Stands coming back. We're gonna start doing some gonna have some more content, and I want y'all to check this out. Make sure that you guys, let me see, make sure you guys go and give our website a little bit of love. Also within our website, do I gotta make this bigger so I can do that? Probably so. All right, here we go. And within our website, I got to get out of preview mode. I'm sorry. Got to go to live mode. Let me make this adjustment. I can't change it. Oh, hold on. Hey, bro, what is going on? All right, here we go. Make sure y'all check out our live streaming platform as well. You could check that out in there. And like I said, I've been doing stuff with this is a cross brand between D2 Sports Network and Studio B, which is place where we do podcasts, different shows, different events, and things like that going on there. But as you can see, we have that. So make sure y'all stay tuned, because we're going to start putting more things on this sports and entertainment site. So you guys seen we just did the event with Hitman Holla, Bags and Bodies. This is more so battle rap event. So we've been doing a lot of that. But yeah, man, make sure y'all check out the website. The website is d2sportsnetwork.com. Like, check it out. Support. All of your support is needed. And yeah, man, thanks for spending this little bit of time with me. You know what I'm saying? Salute. Congratulations, Jihaad, on being drafted in the first round by the Philadelphia Eagles. Congrats on all of your success and hard work that you've put in. Salute and shout out to your family and your whole community, you know what I'm saying, that have been supporting you over the years. You know what I'm saying? Like, salute to y'all, man. But yeah, I'm out of here, man. Make sure y'all tap in. Tell me if y'all like this little, let's talk a little. I'll get on, talk to y'all a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'll bring on some people. Maybe we'll do this a little bit later in the day where we can have some guests pop up. And if you ever want to just like jump in and talk, hit me up on the DM and let me know, like, yo, you trying to pull up. I'll let y'all pull up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll send y'all a link. Y'all could come in, talk, and we'll just have fun with it, man. That's what we're here to do, have fun and just enjoy this whole thing, man. So, salute to everybody out there. I'll see y'all. I'll holler at y'all, man. We out.